Hi, this is Marshall Morris, PTI, along with Mateo and Brandon. Our first topic of the day is going to be who are your top 3 soccer players. Mateo, I'm going to start with you.
So, number one is obvious. He just won the treble. He's quite honestly on the best club in the world right now. And number one, it would have to be Holland.
Who do you have number two?
And for number two, rounding out at number two, I have Mbappe, who even though he didn't win the World Cup, he still is great. He can play well, and hopefully maybe he'll make it to the Champions League finals. Maybe we'll have an ultra matchup of Holland versus Mbappe. And then rounding it out at number three is Holland's second in command, Kevin De Bruyne, who has been so good. He is such a great passer. He's such a great shooter. He can do it all, and he's just a great person to comply with Erling Haaland.
Okay. Number one is Mbappe over Holland. Mbappe definitely has more. Is Holland like 27? How old is he?
He's around that age. He's young. He can still play. He's great.
Mbappe's like 4 years younger. He has more left than Holland. I think Mbappe is a much better player than Holland. Not much, but he's a better player. Like, at number two, I have Holland.
I understand that. But literally, Holland has just won the treble. He's just won, and
PSG won the French league, but French league's not good. I can't say that.
Yeah, like.
Well, also, Mbappe still wasn't even in his prime just yet.
Yeah, good.
Exactly. Next season, his prime.
So, okay, so who you got? I hear you have Holland at number two.
Okay, Holland at number two because he broke the Premier League record in goals. Yeah. I understand that, but he has probably the greatest competition. I just don't think. I think Mbappe is better. If he was on Man City, he would have a bigger impact, and they would have won the Premier League by more. Number three, I have Vinicius Jr. He is a far better player, I could say that, than Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne is like 33.
No.
Yes, he is. He might be older than that, honestly.
No, I'm not claiming about age. I'm claiming about how he's a much better. He's not a much better player. He is so
much better. How is Kevin De Bruyne better? Give me one reason.
Because he's able to pass. Can Vinicius?
Can De Bruyne score goals? No.
Yes, he can.
No, he can't. Vinicius Jr. He scores goals. He helps out his team. He doesn't have Benzema anymore. That's why he's scoring goals.
Then where was he during the semifinals? Where was he? Tell me inside of the second game. Tell me.
I don't have a response to that.
Well, for our second topic, who do you think is going to win the Premier League? Brandon, I'll start with you.
I think Man City will easily win because they have all these great players. De Bruyne, I would probably have, what we were saying before, at 4 or 5. Yeah, he's a good player. He's just not better than Vinicius Jr. And they have great Holland. And they have Ederson, who's a great goalie. Is Kyle Walker going to stay with the team? I think he might leave.
I don't know.
And then they have Rico Lewis and Nathan Aki, who are good too. I'm not sure if Aki's a prospect, but Rico Lewis is, and he'll build up. They just lost Bernardo Silva, but I think they'll still be a top-tier team and win the Premier League.
Yeah, quite honestly, those are great points. But Arsenal, they were great last year. They were really good. They had to fight. They had a young they were very young, and a lot of people doubted them. But then they were actually able to come back and do great. Like now that their players are more experienced, I think that we can expect even more greater things from them.
Okay, I can say that Arsenal's players are younger than Man City players. Yeah. But Man City has how much more money does Man City have to spend on a player like Mbappe?
Off of cheating.
How did they cheat? No, I'm not cheating.
Off of financial cheating.
No cheating.
Money is money.
Exactly.
Off of financial cheating. It literally was a 70 ESPN report.
Who did they gain? They gained like one person in the offseason. I got Man City didn't gain anybody. They lost one person. But the gain for Arsenal is a good player. Kai Havertz is a good player that they gained. Man City, they lost one player, Bernardo Silva to Saudi Arabia. They still have a much better roster. Their team is so much better.
But I don't know. But no, their team is not, like, on paper they're much better. But like on the pitch, they have How good was Arsenal on paper last year?
Man City was 2-0 against Arsenal last year.
How good was Arsenal on paper?
Their best players, Bukayo Saka,
but they still were able to get. They were still able to get good.
This has been definitely intense debate, but we've got to wrap it up here on PTI. Once again, I'm Marshall Morris along with Brandon and Mateo. This is Marshall Morris signing off.